Hi friends, this is a book that keeps popping up on like Google or whatever, like things that I've been looking at, or Amazon when I buy new books, and this one keeps coming up and everybody keeps talking about how awesome it is. So I thought, well, let's buy it and let's figure it out. So the back cover of this book says, CJ and his grandma take a bus ride together, discovering the beauty and wonder of their vibrant neighborhood. One of the reasons I like this book too is that it was being shown as what we like to call a multicultural book, which means it's just showing a different part of our country or a different way, different cultures or different places that have a different way of life. So it's going to be something a little bit different than what we would see here in Garnemald-Minden. Last Stop on Market Street. This is, words are by Matt De La Pena and pictures by Christian Robinson. So I can already see this is kind of like a city because the houses are, right next to each other like that, which... CJ pushed through the church doors, skipped down the steps. The outside air smelled like freedom, but it also smelled like rain, which freckled CJ's shirt and dripped down his nose. He ducked under his Nana's umbrella, saying, "How come we gotta wait for the bus and all this wet?" "Trees get thirsty too," his Nana told him. "Don't you see that big one drinking through a straw?" CJ looked for a long time, but he never saw a straw. From the bus stop, he watched water pool on flower petals, watched rain patter against the windshield of a nearby car. His friend Colby climbed in, gave CJ a wave, and drove off with his dad. "Nana, how come we don't got a car?" My brother, he now lives in Los Angeles, but he's lived in New York City and San Francisco and Los Angeles. And guess what? He's never had a car in any of them. He takes the bus, or he takes the train, or he takes the subway, or even takes an Uber now. Boy, what do we need a car for? We got a bus that breathes fire, and old Mr. Dennis who always has a trick for you. The bus creaked to a stop in front of them. It sighed and sagged, and the doors swung open. It says 5 Market. "What's that I see?" Mr. Dennis asked. He pulled a coin from behind CJ's ear, placed it in his palm. Nana laughed, her deep laugh, and pushed CJ along. They sat right up front. The man across the way was tuning a guitar. An old woman with curlers had butterflies in a jar. Nana gave everyone a great big smile and a good afternoon. She made sure CJ did the same. The bus lurched forward and stopped, lurched forward and stopped. Nana hummed as she knit. It's funny, my sons call my mom Nana, and she also knits. Look at that connection I have. "How come we always gotta go here after church?" CJ said. "Miguel and Colby never have to go nowhere." "I feel sorry for those boys," she told him. "They'll never get a chance to see Bobo or the Sunglass Man. And I hear Trixie got herself a brand new hat." CJ stared out the window, feeling sorry for himself. He watched cars zip by on either side, watched a group of boys hop curbs on bikes. A man climbed aboard with a spotted dog. CJ gave up his seat. "How come that man can't see?" "Boy, what do you know about seeing?" Nana told him. Some people watch the world with their ears. That's a fact. Their noses, too, the man said, sniffing at the air. That's a mighty fine perfume you're wearing today, ma'am. Nana squeezed the man's hand and laughed her deep laugh. Two older boys got on next. CJ watched as they moved on by and stood in back. Sure wish I had one of those, he said. Nana set down her knitting. What for? You got the real live thing sitting across from you. Why don't you ask the man if he'll play us a song? CJ didn't have to. The guitar player was already plucking strings and beginning to sing. To feel the magic of music, the blind man whispered. I like to close my eyes. Nana closed hers too. So did CJ and the spotted dog. And in the darkness, the rhythm lifted CJ out of the bus, out of the busy city. He saw sunset colors swirling over crashing waves, saw a family of hawks slicing through the sky, saw the old woman's butterflies dancing free in the light of the moon. CJ's chest grew full, and he was lost in the sound, and the sound gave him the feeling of magic. The song ended and CJ opened his eyes. Everyone on the bus clapped, even the boys in back. Nana glanced at the coin in CJ's palm. CJ dropped it into the man's hat. Last stop on Market Street, Mr. Dennis called. Look, he got his own concert on the bus. CJ looked around as he stepped off the bus. Crumbling sidewalks and broken down doors, graffiti-tagged windows and boarded-up stores. He reached for his Nana's hand. How come it's always so dirty over here? She smiled and pointed to the sky. Sometimes when you're surrounded by dirt, CJ, you're a better witness for what's beautiful. Nana has a very good way of focusing on the positive. CJ saw the perfect rainbow arching over their soup kitchen. He wondered how his Nana always found beautiful where he never even thought to look. He looked all around them again, at the bus rounding the corner out of sight, and the broken street lamp still lit up bright, and the stray cat shadows moving across the wall. When he spotted their familiar faces in the window, he said, I'm glad we came. He thought his Nana might laugh, her deep laugh, but she didn't. She patted him on the head and told him, Me too, CJ. Now, come on. Oh. Nana and CJ looked to be passing out the food at the soup kitchen. A soup kitchen can be a place where people go who might not be able to have a meal, and so they can go and people bring them a meal. Look at CJ reading a book. He's awesome. Nana knitting. So that was the last stop on Market Street. I'm going to get back on here and I'm going to read another book. I hope you like this one. And I'm going to keep trying to do some more of these read-alouds. I have a lot of students coming and reading our book club books, which frees me up to do some more read-alouds. So if you are interested in reading one of my book club books, or if you have a favorite book that you want to come read, come find me, come get a permission slip, and let's make this happen. So hopefully I get a lot of more voices on our YouTube channel. Thanks for listening.